What's up, YouTube? It is your boy JB, and we are here today with the review for The Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 14, you guys. Episode number 4, I believe this is, you guys, right? Episode number 4, and the episode was titled Big Apple Squabble. Alright, you guys, so before we jump into this review, if you guys are watching this channel, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel, and you guys are not subscribed, I need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys can do me that big favor by liking the video, subscribing to my channel, turning on your post notifications, and sharing the video, you guys. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let us discuss The Real Housewives of Atlanta, shall we? Alright, you guys, so only a few people had solo scenes in this week's episode. It was Marlo, Candy, and Drew. Child, let's go ahead and let's knock Drew out the way. So we see Drew and Ralph. So they're at home, and once again, Drew, what the hell do you need all these assistants for? You got 4 assistants. They're all working in your house. What is Drew Sidora? I must preface this by saying I do like Drew, but Drew, what the hell you need 4 assistants for? What are you doing? Now, I know she did the Lifetime movie I know she did that Lifetime movie with Taronda from Empire, and it was, who else was it? I didn't see the movie, but I know she did that Empire. I know she did that movie for Lifetime. But before that, Drew, what was you doing that you needed 4 assistants? Just inquiring minds would love to know what you need 4 assistants for. I always look at these like the housewives when they have multiple assistants. It's like, girl, what do you do with your day that you need that many assistants? The only person in the Housewives franchise that I know, well, Candy could use 4 assistants. Candy would need 4 assistants, despite how we might feel about her. Eric and Jane could use 4 assistants. You know, a lot of them could use 4 assistants, but Drew Sidora, I just don't see it. So Drew and Ralph have Dr. Ken coming over. And when I saw that preview, I was like, that's Dr. Ken. I'm like, Dr. Ken, he's starting to look a little bit like Dr. Sherry and Dr. Jeff. Because, I mean, we done saw Dr. Sherry. Oh, God, Dr. Sherry had an annoying ass voice. Dr. Sherry and her whiny ass voice ain't never helped nobody. But you know what? I ain't finna put it all on them. They can give you the tools, and it's up to you to use them. Because, I mean, the Braxton family, baby. Dr. Sherry, did you really? Never mind. Let's leave the Braxtons alone. Dr. Sherry, Dr. Ken, and Dr. What is this nigga's name? Dr. Sherry, Dr. Ken, and Dr. Jeff. Don't know who they've helped, because Dr. Ken done crossed over from Real Housewives of Potomac, because he's helped out Giselle and Candace. I guess you could say he helped out Giselle and Candace. I don't know. The jury is out on that one. So Drew and Ralph are talking about the date that they had. And Drew, I'm going to be honest with you, girl. So we all know Ralph is a jerk and an asshole, right? We ain't going to take that away from Ralph, that he's a jerk and he's an ass. But Drew, you are kind of like a dog with a bone, and you don't let things go. And in that moment, he said he wanted to treat Drew like she was a queen. And I just don't understand why the conversation came up the way that it did. Especially when you called him a maniac. I think he meant to call him an egomaniac. And then Dr. Kim, he said he wanted to treat her with, steak and lobster. But instead she deserved a Lunchable. I was like, oh, come on now. So Dr. Kim told him, hey, keep my name out of it. But he tells them, hey, he wants them to do something because he realizes that they argue and bicker with each other. So the assignment for Drew and Ralph is to go 30 days without arguing with one another. I'm like, good luck with that one, because I don't see that shit happening. And I think he said if they break it for 24 hours, whoever broke it does whatever the other person wants. So say if Ralph wants to have sex 5 times in a day, Drew has to oblige it. Nigga, what? That's like with Winter and Kevin on Love and Marriage DC, when she was talking about they have sex 8 times a day. Girl, who got time to have sex 8 times a day? Your back ain't hurting, your vagina don't hurt, your dick ain't, well, you know what she said, he takes Cialis. Your dick don't hurt? Popping that many Cialis? That's okay. Okay. That's it. Let's move on. So next up, you guys, Marlo. So we see Marlo. So Marlo is building a house, which I had heard about that was part of her storyline. Building a house. Girl, we saw this done plenty of times before. She ain't got it. She's built the house. Took her took her a long ass time to build that house. It took her years to build that. See, Sheree, you mad at Drew, but Sheree, you have an issue with paying people. So it's common knowledge. Common knowledge. So Marlo shaded the shit out of. So she has Kenya and Sheree coming over. So Marlo said that one of her girlfriends, it took her 20 years to build a house, and another one, she's still building on the house. I'm like, well, who does that apply to? I guess the 20 years was the shade towards Kenya, and the one that's still building is a shade towards Sheree. No, because Kenya is still building some stuff on her house. Because remember, last season, she wanted to add a pool for Brooklyn. So, child, I don't know who that shade was for, but she shaded one of them. But, girl, you can't shade now. We can say whatever you want to say about Moore Manor, and you can say whatever you want to say about Chateau Thelma. Whichever one you want, whatever you want to say about them. What you can say is them bad boogers is nice as hell, and I would take either one of them, Chateau Sheree or Moore Manor. Marlo, please don't name your house, because I'm so sick. When it comes to the Real Housewives, I'm sick of them naming these goddamn houses, and I'm surely sick of when the girls get their twins done, they name them. You know, Tiff and Fifi with Karen, Happy and Ness with Wendy, Coco and Chanel with Portia. Yeah, y'all gotta stop naming shit. Stop naming the goddamn shit. That's all I ask is stop naming the bullshit. I'm just joking. So, Marlo. So the house is gonna be designed similar to a department store, but Marlo's house, her bedroom is gonna be 500 and something square feet. I'm like, girl, that is barely a studio. I mean, that is a studio apartment. So that means you ain't got no room for nothing. She said, just put the bed in there. Just the bed? So girl, get rid of some of them fashions. Because here's my thing with Marlo. I know why don't you put some of that shit in Lay Archive? Do you wear this shit every day? Like, I'm pretty sure with a person like Marlo, I'm pretty sure Marlo probably wears something once and she probably never wears it again. And same probably goes for her shoes. Like, I'm pretty sure Marlo does not repeat the same outfit. Or she might, hell, who knows? But I doubt it. So they talk about going to New York, and Marlo asked Kenya if she's gonna see Mark. Girl, I hope the hell not. The nigga wants some money from her? Nigga, go get a job. What happened to Mark in that reality show he was peddling? Oh, let me guess. Nobody wanted to pick it up because no one's interested in seeing Mark daily. Cool. Got it. So then they asked Sheree, is she going to see Tyrone while she's in New York? Girl, let me give you the short answer to that. Into the hell no. She ain't finna see that Negro. Girl, no. So they talk about Drew, and because, Kenya asked Sheree, would she be able to go to New York and be around Drew? I mean, she was around a lot of people that she didn't, hell. Y'all remember that when her and Marlo was in Africa? Like, she can do it. But it is what it is. Let's pause here, you guys, and move forward. All right, you guys. So next up, we got Candy and Todd. So we see Candy and Todd. So they go out on a walk. And she asks him, well, how was everything going with you, Todd? And he says, well, Candy, it's not going that good, A lot is going on. Not enough support and not enough time. I understand what you're saying. That laugh. Candy, why do you always laugh after everything you say? Well, sometimes I just crack myself up. So Todd talks about going back to, going to the Jersey crib. And Candy can't get over the fact that it's he bought this place with another woman. And honestly, you guys, I am on Candy's side when it comes to that. It's like, you had made plans with another woman. You two were planning your future. You two bought this place. My name ain't on, but his name is not on her house, so I can't say that. But I do get her stance of what you want me to care about this place for. You bought this with someone else. Like, what am I supposed to jump for joy for? But here's my thing, though, Candy. You all about a bag, right? Girl, that's a big ass bag right there. That is a big ass bag. If you and Todd not gonna live in that motherfucker, why don't y'all remodel that bad booger, right? And then why don't y'all Airbnb that hoe? There's another bag, Candy. I just gave you an idea. That's a bag. You ain't never missed a check. You stay with your taglines for the last few seasons have been about you and your money. Girl, that's money. Airbnb that mother. Okay? That's all I gotta say is Airbnb it. Now, Candy, let me ask you a question, baby girl. What was the purpose in you sending Miriam, aka Safari, and Patrick around to the girls' houses in BDSM looking shit with vibrating panties? Unless this play is about sex, unless we finna get like a Jesse Williams situation where the men's dick is gonna be hanging out, girl, what the now Safari. You know, I talked about the fact that Safari didn't have much of a personality on Candy and the gang. It was nice to see her smile. I will say that. She has a beautiful smile and she looks great. That's it. Even though you shaded me on Twitter last night, that's neither here nor there. You kind of shaded me just a little bit because I spelled Miriam wrong. Okay, that's fine. I'm okay, you know, and there's no issue with that. But for you to say, just be normal and call me Safari, that was a little shady. I didn't respond to it because I didn't want to because, I spelled your name wrong, and that's fine, but I would have spelled Safari wrong too. I didn't know Safari is spelled Safari. I thought it was 2 E's. So, it is what it is. It ain't no big deal. It ain't no biggie. So, we see that Candy has arranged for all the ladies to meet up at her house because, Real Housewives of Atlanta, these ladies are late to everything. So they're all going to go to the airport together so that way nobody is late. So Kenya gets there and the men are going on a trip. And Kenya's whole thing, oh God, I was trying not to talk about it, but I got to talk about it. Kenya, the wig. It looked like Moses parted that wig with the Red Sea. Because that wig was just atrocious. Oh, that wig was atrocious. But Kenya's whole thing, when she got on the bus and she saw the men there, she was like, she wished that Candy had told her that this was a couple's trip. And they played the footage where Drew asked her, are we bringing dates with us? And Candy said, well, bring your date or, bring whoever you want to bring with you, right? Now, Kenya, you have an issue with this, but this is kind of similar to the girls having an issue last season with you bringing Brooklyn and the nanny with you guys when y'all went to New Orleans last season. So it's kind of similar. Not really, but it's a little similar. And even still, you talking about them bringing them in and you're a single woman. Sheree and Marlo are single. Sheree and Marlo ain't got no men. Sheree definitely ain't gonna have no man in a few weeks. In about maybe in about the next episode, Sheree ain't gonna have no man. Ooh, that is embarrassing. You got stood up by a nigga that got to get permission to come lead a halfway house. Girl, how that happens? How that happen? You get stood. How do you get stood up by a nigga that got to get permission from his parole officer? Ain't no way. I literally would have left this show the minute that he did that. I'd be like, you know what? I'm gonna give y'all this peach back because the fans are gonna eat me alive. And actually the fans have been eating Sheree alive. They've been eating Sheree on Twitter. So if you guys are not aware, Sheree and Drew have been going at it since Drew went on Dish Nation last week and told Sheree that she needs to worry about her peach. So Sheree came back and she shaded. I will give it to Sheree. Sheree did shade the shit out of Drew, right? But Sheree, in the same respect, you actually shaded yourself because you said Drew's peach is rotten and that, the only reason why Drew got her peach is because of two peach holders leaving, i.e. Portia and Cynthia. But let's be real, Sheree. That's the only reason that you got your peach too. That is the only reason that you got your peach back is because Portia and Cynthia left. Because those salaries allow for you and Marlo and Drew to come back. So, yeah. And then somebody was like, with Sheree, well, Sheree has been invited back many times as a friend of the Housewives. I will tell you that. Sheree has been asked to come back. For the last 2 seasons, they have wanted Sheree to come back. But they wanted Sheree to come back as a friend of. And Sheree said she knew her worth. Did you really? Did you really? Because she was talking about, she was on the first episode. Sheree, your good friend Carlos King went on his podcast with that other guy. And from the word on the street is that your peach cleared the day you filmed the first episode. So that ain't much to brag on, Sheree. Okay? That ain't much to brag on, sis. I wouldn't be bragging about that. But hey, Sheree gonna feel how Sheree wants to feel. But I wouldn't be bragging about it. I wouldn't be bragging about the fact, you got a rotten peach as well. And you don't really know your worth because Bravo told you your worth wasn't shit for 2 seasons in a row when they were reducing you to a friend of. So yeah, I would hold off on the insults to Drew. Y'all can say whatever y'all want about Drew, but Drew had a peach last season. Sheree didn't. And y'all can say that Drew got her peach because Portia and Cynthia left. Same with Sheree. But the difference is Drew was already holding a peach. They just gave Sheree a pity peach and Marlo. Damn, did I just shade them? I really wasn't trying to shade nobody, but we got to be real. Let's keep it real, and that's all I do is keep it real. Now, Bravo. When they were on that bus getting ready to go, so actually, scratch that. So they were talking. They got to the hotel. So there's a penthouse. So Candy wants to know basically like their wildest sex story, and whoever gave the wildest sex story, they would get the penthouse. Some of y'all embellished. I don't know how I don't know how tall Sanya is, and I don't know how tall Ross is, but I just don't see y'all two having sex in the plain bathroom, because y'all motherfuckers both look tall as hell, and I just can't see it. Y'all hunched over shit trying to have sex. I can't see it. But I can't see y'all having freaky sex. I can't see that. Marlo said that she did it at the zoo. The giraffe was watching, and then a giraffe licked her on the face. Okay, that's a lie. Ralph says that he and Drew were in the ocean near the whales. I'm like, so y'all mean to tell me y'all was far out in the ocean by some damn whales? How the hell that happened? How y'all having sex in the water when your feet ain't touching the ground? So let me guess. You standing right up in the water, and Drew is backstroking it. Is that how it happened? I need the visual for how that happened. So, Kenya went. Kenya says that she was dating this guy who was into hunting, and they went hunting for a coyote, and the guy snagged the coyote. The coyote got away. It went to a cavern. They saw the blood trail. They followed the blood trail. They had sex in the cavern, only to find out that the coyote was still alive. That story that Kenya told, that was some bullshit. I agree, Kenya, that is some bullshit. Now, what is my story? What is my story? Because I've had sex at a park, at nighttime, and actually somebody rode by while I was having sex. I've had sex at an abandoned church. I've had sex at an abandoned church. I've had sex at a park. I've had sex outside of the car. I've had sex inside of the car. Where else? Don't ask about the abandoned church. Please don't. Because I didn't know it was an abandoned church when we got there. I was 18. Don't ask about the abandoned church. Again, don't ask about the abandoned church. You can ask about anything else but the church. Leave the church out of it. Maybe I should have left the church out of it. But bump. So, now Sanya, I like Sanya, but this whole situation with Drew and Sheree, it ain't got nothing to do with Sanya. Sanya's like, Drew, she's questioning Drew. But Sanya, did you not hear that woman last week when she said that Ralph was gay? Okay. And, people have pointed this out on social media that Sheree is the one who always brings up gay rumors with the men. Sheree did it with Kim Phil's husband. Sheree did it with Mark and his nose ring. And now Sheree is doing it with Ralph. Girl, do you have a fascination? Do you want to be with a gay man or something like that? Girl, you should be worried about Tyrone and who was in his pocketbook. Just saying. So they're going to Todd's condo, and why did they play that footage of Portia when she told Candy that Todd was in New York telling women that his name was Marvin? Y'all fucked up for that one. But I will say that the group was on Todd's side with this whole situation with the condo. And I am on Todd's side. I wouldn't say that Candy should live in it, but think about Airbnb in it, because that's more money in your pocket, right? I know Todd owns it, so don't let it sit there and become dilapidated. Fix it up. Fix that bitch up, and either fix it up and Airbnb it, or fix it up and rent it. One of the two. That way, y'all got more money. It wasn't a bad looking place. So they went out to dinner. We end this episode talking about Drew and Ralph, and I was like, oh my God, Drew and Ralph. Now, I was confused when Bravo showed that footage of Drew with no ring on. She said that she stopped wearing her ring after she had the babies because she gained weight. And she never put it back on, even when she lost weight, because they had issues. And she kind of was telling the truth, so I didn't understand that. She told them about her and Ralph and that 30-day thing. Candace was like, they need to do that for eternity. Exactly. So, so the ladies stood up for Drew, but then they also said that Drew is like a dog with a bone. And then also Marlo says Drew, Ralph only really does what Drew allows him to do, and that is 100% true. Ralph does what Drew lets him get away with, and that's really all I got for the episode, you guys. I don't even know where my shutter is. That's all I got for the episode, you guys. Let me know what you guys thought about it. Drop down in the comment section and leave your comments. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on your notifications, you guys, so you guys are notified when I drop anything else. Share the video, and until the next time, you guys, please stay safe. Take care of yourselves. Wash your hands, you guys. Wear a mask. Socially distance. Be blessed, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.